DPS specialist, so I'd expect the Shoes Money crew could get quite a bit of mileage out of 222 or triple DPS, allowing Naga to play on those specific heroes. But for now, we're going to be going for the 3-2-1 with Naga on that Sombra.
Yeah, classic 3-3 for Hurricane. Of course, integrating a new main tank is fairly difficult sometimes, especially in this very short space of time. And gotta say, Hardy hasn't really been tested at all in EU. Of course, he only played that one game versus Clockwork Vendetta on the side of Shoes Money Crew. And he's been playing in NA more often than not on a team called Luminance.
Well, he's going to be on low ping now, so he'll be able to get exactly what he wants. Pocket here on the Ana. We very much know him as an incredibly successful Ana player. You can see Naga's actually receiving the armor pack here and there to give him a little bit of additional health to start skirmishing on this point.
Yeah, Happy Cool, of course, and Boca have changed over. They are now on the Sombra and the Ana, respectively. Point's going to unlock, and British Hurricane are going to claim a lot of space as well. Crocs are under a little bit of pressure. Has to back off. Got to be careful. As soon as very high charge as well, as soon as that bubble disappears, you've got to be a little bit more wary. Dana's going to find the kill onto Crocs. Nice shield bash. You can see Shoes Money Crew there. Invested so much. Honey was actually hacked throughout the entire fight, but a speed boost from Yofi sent him flying all the way back to the point. Shoes Money Crew overcommits, and they end up falling down. Does mean they have to go for the reset here, but Naga has almost got that EMP.
Yeah, good disengagement tech there from Yofi, using the speed boost to get Howdy out of dangerous way, and that also meant Shoes Money Crew. Naga calls the hack, right? Howdy's hacked, get on him, and then everyone rushes forward trying to chase down that speed boost, put themselves in a nasty situation, and Crocs gets taken down. EMP for Naga, like you said, he's got a premium. He can open this fight up, and already there's an anti-nade on Hardy.
Yeah, but he's got a nano boost, so he's going to be a bit harder to take down. A yellow charge coming in from Crocs, reveals his back, and Suna will easily take the kill. That's a one ult wonder, I think. There's a nice little hack onto Naga. Shield bash goes through, actually, but he was bubbled, so he's all right for the time being. And not if he lands a couple of those right clicks. Suna chasing them up. He's earned himself a Graviton Surge as well. British Hurricane are going to get grabbed here. Suna going oh so low. Very early grab. Hardy tries to jump back in. There is going to be a shatter after the EMP, but a counter shatter's coming out as well. Obling managed to get back up with a nano boost. That heal was so good coming out from Shoes Money Crew, and now they're flipping this fight around.
Now they can. Oblink still got the rally. Should it be required? We need to catch Hardy right here, and they got the stun.
They got him, but can they actually take him down? And they did land once again, so it's all about doing the damage. Shoes Money Crew now rotating towards the point. Hardy falling here is pretty disastrous. Yofi's going to go down as well, but not a bad bank of percent. British Hurricane have acquired 80%. Not too bad, not too bad. Shoes Money Crew now, and you got one ult ready to bear, and they got to deal with a Grav coming up next fight.
Yeah, they do. The Graviton Surge going to be very instrumental here. Gustav going to be looking, of course, to try and mitigate that with the Soundbar, and you can use that safely now, knowing that Havicle's used the EMP. Those shields cannot be stripped away, but Howdy, he's going to be able to swing in with a nano boost himself, and of course you can throw this from anywhere because there's no diva to eat it.
Boop onto Suna, but it puts him in a position for a perfect grab. The beat's going to come through from Shoes Money Crew to stop all that damage. Nano boost on to Hardy, though. There's the shatter as well. Here's the back line. That's two people sent to the floor, and no shield to cover behind either. Two tanks are now down for Shoes Money Crew. They have so little to get onto this point with now. Crocs is going to be able to get back to that shatter, but British Hurricane have flipped.
They've given up the point, they've given up the space, and now they have to make the disengagement. They were sort of on the edges, wondering if they were going to go in and try and make something work, Jaws. Crocs does have the advantage when it comes to the Surf Shadow now. That could be pivotal in this forthcoming fight if Naga can get the EMP to combo with it and the Nano as well.
They can throw everything in. They might just have to. The EMP is going to come out. Dana, Jofi, Hattie are going to get hacked. Hammer to the ground on the point. Are they going to be able to follow it up? Of course they are. Mouse finds the nice right click. Crocs does end up going down to Hattie's hands, but it doesn't matter. OT is still there. Shoes Money Crew expend 2 ultimates. Make that 3, of course, sorry. Arguably the best use the Nano as well, but they managed to clean up. They managed to get the flip. British Hurricane now sitting on an EMP, Harry, but they only need to win one fight.
I need Crocs to come back and escort Mouse to the front. He needs to use the energy that he has to get those last percentage points towards the Graviton Surge. Because if they run into this fight with only a rally versus the EMP, it's not going to go very well for them, especially with Hattie able to swing in, generate himself that Earth Shatter. Shoes Money Crew now, they're not in a great defensive spot. One fight will do it for British Hurricane, and Hafikul is ready to take them all down and turn out all of the lights.
Havikul was setting up position. EMP comes out, doesn't hit the main tank. Crocs is going to be fine. Not for long, though, as they rush towards him. Oh, that EMP was so good. Stopped everybody from Shoes Money Crew aggressing onto the rest of Hurricane. A grab's going to come out, but the shield doing a lot of work here for Hattie, blocking all that damage. They do end up trading as Obling and Yofi end up going down, but Mouse is going to fall as well to Hattie's hands once more. Suna's going to come back with a grab any moment now as well. Hurricane find the flip once more, but Suna actually gets booped off the edge. The Graviton Surge was sent sky high, but it didn't find anything, and now they just have to clear out the ball.
Crocs wants to get some value here from a Wrecking Ball. The knockoffs maybe how to do it, but Havoc all asleep. Everyone's going to be off for point.
OT's coming in. Yofi finds the boop onto Crocs, and that'll be it. British Hurricane, they're going to claim Lighthouse as we move into stage number 2 of Helios.
And we're seeing consistently that British Hurricane are getting huge value out of their target calling. Crocs again and again is the first pick, and it's just because so much damage is coming towards him. There's not enough support to keep him alive, even with 3 supports behind him. I'd like to see a little bit, maybe less healing and more disengage to try and take Crocs out of that fight, remove him from harm's way instead of trying to replenish the health that gets lost when you allow Crocs to take that engagement. Shoes Money Crew are losing their tanks incredibly early in these fights, and it means that British Hurricane can muscle them off the point, make sure that they're scared to come in, and then they have to disengage afterwards. Like, if they're going to not contest the point from their tanks not being there, just disengage then. You're wasting so much time by just standing at the edge of a fight, giving evil eyes over to the team that are in control. Now, British Hurricane, a little bit of a swap. Hadi over onto the Winston, and half the callers forgone for Sombra. Instead, he's going to go over onto the Winston, but I like what I see. Obling on the Torbjorn, going to be channeling his inner engineer.
Oh dear, you don't want to get hooked, Happy Cool. That's double kill instantly. Obling's going to go down. I'll be there, gone too. That was a very quick throw from Hurricane. Now he's going to get chased out. So a lot of ult-free ult charge from the Roadhog. Mouse is dead. Instant team kill. British Hurricane lazily now walking back to the point for a cap.
I think Yofi there may have actually invested the amp it up on the speed boost to allow for British Hurricane to get an engagement before Shoes Money Crew were exactly where they'd like to set up. Because it's so important with that particular composition to get yourself into a corner where you have the protection. You can take advantage of the angle the Arista Shield gives and all that protection. But instead they had Hadi just cleaving into them, Bucket hitting shots here and there, getting those final blows. And now they do have this high ground, but guess what? British Hurricane, they can just disengage. They don't need to fight this.
Yeah, not only that, like what is Hog really great at is isolating a target, right? Pulling them into the rest of the team for them to kill. Like you said, that speed boost from Yofi jumping on in. It's the whole team jumping on the Roadhog, and he almost instantly goes down. Hadi's actually going to get frozen up. Obling's turret does end up falling, but Soon is now caught out as well. Hadi's going to go so low, has got the Primal Rage. All this meanwhile, though, British Hurricane is still gaining time on this point. Nice little kill onto Obling by Bok, and Hadi now just booping people around. No way Naga can get out of that one. The character model's a little bit too big, unfortunately, friend. Anna's going to get trapped as well. Mouse is long gone, and Shoes Money Crew going to have to go again once more. They got a lot of ults, Harry, but British Hurricane, they're always engaging first, so it catches Shu off guard.
Yeah, they're making sure they have the initiation here, not allowing that whole hook combo to eventually catch someone. Great presence of mind as well from Hadi. He turned himself away while he was being frozen, so guess what? May's got to make her way all around that large hitbox in order to actually try and hit a headshot and secure that kill. British Hurricane are going to be able to do so much right here with the Graviton Surge. Hadi can cleave into it. I'll be the best, may need to block it off with a wall.
They're going to go again. Same engagement. This time around, Naga's on the bottom side. Hog's going to get used with the Nano, a lot of that being eaten up with our defense matrix. Self-destruct's going to get launched in as well. Naga ends up going down. Crocs to follow. British Hurricane still have a couple of supports, mind you, as well. Box on a rampage now as Mouse and Obling end up falling. In fact, I'll be the best that's going to go down as well. British Hurricane now, with ults to spare, now are on 90%.
This is Dire Straits right here, and now Gustav's gone down. He's not going to be available for this final fight. He's going to need to be picked up. I'll be the best. Has the Blizzard is going to try and put British Hurricane into a chill. They're going to have to use their Iron Man ingenuity to stay in this.
They managed to boop him away for the time, but still overtime is triggered by the ball. Naga ends up falling. Crocs to follow. Blizzard can come out, Harry, but they're going to have to launch it from spawn. In fact, I'll be the best just dies. I don't even know where that went. I think it cancelled the animation. British Hurricane, again with 2 supports. I can't believe how long they've actually held them. OT ticks down. British Hurricane claim well, and Helios is theirs.
Number 2, Hadi's looking super good on this Winston. And also, he was winning out these Reinhardt duels, which in the particular case of Lighthouse seemed to be just die second. Hadi just survive longer than Crocs and will win this fight. Because second Crocs is down, you're never like, okay, Mouse now. Mouse needs to die. And then they get rid of this entire tank line. Like I said before, Shoes Money Crew, they were just sitting on the outside of a point with 2 of their tanks dead. Like, should we contest? Do we? No. And then once they've lost it and they decide, okay, we can't contest, then they still have to make their disengagement. If you're not going to contest, just get out of there.
Hadi's making a good name for himself already on British Hurricane. We'll see what he can do in map number 2 after this break.
Hey guys, welcome back. That was a bit of a 112 to be honest on Well and the other map too, a Lighthouse. Bit of a quick speedrun time for the rest of British Hurricane. We're not seeing Numlock today, but it is going to be Harry stepping into the roster. Big shoes to fill, Harry, but he's doing a good job so far. Voskai Industries is, of course, our assault map of the day, and Voskai might see a little bit of Sparker, but I want to continue touching on Harry and what he's actually doing for the team right now and how they're playing around him, because you mentioned it before on Well specifically. The rest of the team just instantly follow him up, like instantly go in and dive with him. Happy Cool's doing the same thing. They had the same plan of attack twice in a row against a comp that is more brought to light by Clockwork Vendetta with the May and the Tor, but it didn't seem like Shoes Money Crew had a word in edgewise there.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling incredibly in sync right now on the side of British Hurricane. And, well, they've definitely reached cruising altitude, and we know that British Hurricane as a team, reputationally, they can be a little bit emotional. And when they're feeling it, they are really feeling it. And I wonder if Hadi brings to the team a lot of stability when it comes to that calling and helping to make sure everyone coalesces around a singular idea, which may help them move on forward. It has been Shoes Money Crew's choice here to attack first, as they did lose our previous round. And we go on to Volskaya. Sparker has joined the roster for British Hurricane. Of course, he's subbed out Sooner, who is the other hit scan on the roster. We can expect to see a Widowmaker at some point in this map if we have Sparker, and there's also potential for an Ashe for a little bit more of the DPS you'd expect against maybe a 3-3, because of course the Dynamite gives out a load of pressure. Yeah,
it does, and a lot of healing for the supports though with the 3-3 team. That Lucio is going to get a whole lot of charge, but as soon as you build out that Bob, it is the 7th man on the team, ideally. You want to wait for the 3-3 to engage, you pop it on point, and then they have to deal with that as well, or more often than not, Ashe players are saving the Bob for like halfway through the fight when a lot of cooldowns have been used, a lot of resources have been used, and as soon as that happens, you send Bob out, so what are you going to do? That's 1,000 HP standing at you, shooting at you, basically with an aimbot as well, because he's not missing a single bullet. Could be pretty tough. But
it's like the 3rd evolution of the Torp turret.
It's horrible.
Give him the Mega Stone.
Sparker is actually going to be on the Widowmaker to start off with. No Ashe to be seen just yet, but they're going to go with double sniper, just setting up behind the shield of Hattie.
Mouse on the Reaper. This is not going to stay.
Reaper the unkillable.
The unkillable hero, just so much self-sustain. Mouse is actually going to swap over now onto the Winston. Okay, so it seems like Shoes Money Crew have decided that amongst their roster, Mouse is the opportune second tank rather than the hit scan DPS. They've left Naga onto that role, as we saw on Ilios. And they're now going to be rolling this double dive tank approach with the Wrecking Ball and the Winston. So they all want to get onto one target, likely Bucket, because he's going to have the least ability to escape incoming damage.
Naga's taking a bunch of damage. Same with Hobbling. Naga's actually just going to die. All right. Danit just takes his head clean off. Danit is going to fall, but of course, Yofi is going to be there with the res. Sparker finds 2 kills. Nice little body shots on I'll Be the Best. Wasn't quite the headshot. He's a little bit frustrated with himself. Did melee the air. Shoes Money Crew. Half of them were actually damaged before they actually engaged the fight, so Mauser's pretty much all alone in that situation.
Yeah, and of course, Naga going down first, that's got to be fatal. You're removing the ability to take abilities away from the enemy, and when everyone's at their full potential, that's when Hafiko is really going to be dangerous in that brawly fight. People forget he is a shotgun hero. He does a lot of damage the second you're in close, and guess what? Crocs and Mouse, they have huge hitboxes to deal with here. Obling, revealed by the Sonic arrow, will have to get out of dodge before Danny can take him out. Got to hold it down a little bit longer.
That was closer. All right, I'll Be the Best. It's about 2 HP.
Counting his lucky stars right now. Needs to get healed up. Doesn't want to invest that body grenade in healing himself.
Nice little hook. Oh, I'll Be the Best goes down. There you go. That's what you want to see. Danit is going to get jumped on, but he should be more than safe. I'll Be the Best does get res. Does mean Mouse isn't going to have the heals he really needs currently. Taking a whole bunch of damage. Nice little bisection of the Orisa comp on the top side, but Bok instantly gets res. Now Naga might be in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he's going to be okay for the time. Is damaged, but the rest of the team are just falling around him. This is going to be a problem. Crocs has got the mines, but there's only 2 minutes remaining, and everybody's going to get revealed here as well. I'll Be the Best. You do not want to challenge Sparker. Do not peek the corridor. Mines come out, force the Transcendence, but
nice
you use that. Yeah, to mine sweep it up. Easy peasy.
I'm not sure if that's the optimal usage, but then again, you're not up against a hugely protracted damage ultimate. Maybe you could have used it to deal with Naga's EMP, but when you're all in that particular space, it's very easy for Naga to get you and many others with that ultimate. We'll have to see what Naga wants to do with this EMP. It's got to be the playmaker, right, Jaws? They're going to have the EMP, they're going to go for the double dive, they've got to get rid of Bucket, they've got to get rid of Yofi. They cannot allow those resurrections to occur. Maybe you can try and bait out a Valkyrie early by using that translocator.
EMP
maybe coming out. Naga still setting up. Mouse has already been nanoed and jumped to the high ground. It's taken so much damage, he has to go for this disengage. Naga, once again, you can see he's actually low, so he can't go for all of anything. Sparker's going to get paid attention to by Mouse, but he's already half HP. Almost lost him there. Keep doing the flicks, my friend, but Sparker isn't going to go down without a fight. Yofi ends up falling, though, so big loss of healing now for British Hurricane. Big EMP in the background as well. That's the follow-up you wanted to see. Gustav finding the kill on Hafikul, but Sparker now is going to get taken out by Naga. Very late, delayed EMP, but maybe it was all about getting the cooldowns out of British Hurricane and then going for the engagement.
Hadi remains alive, going to do his best Evil Toaster impression in the corner with the shield. Likely Shoes Money Crew are going to pick this one up, though. British Hurricane going to have to give up this first point. And Sparker, okay, my buddy, I thought you were a hit scan specialist, but cool. Going over onto the Torbjorn, that's going to be well protected behind Hadi's shield and going to do a good job of checking Obling. The turret does such a good job of dissuading flankers, and you can see that Obling and Mouse, they're going to head back over to the spawn, maybe just roll over to a 3-3 here, but Obling wants the long-range damage instead. Going over onto the double projectile, Farah and Hanzo. This is going to allow them a lot of pressure onto Hadi's shield, making sure that no one's going to be feeling incredibly safe behind that as Crocs looks to give over the information. It's so important when you have a sniper on your team to have the information available so that you know exactly where you're going to be planting those arrows, even if you're sort of going in blind for high value.
Oh, Sparker got instantly... I don't even think Naga helped him. He didn't at all. There's the power driver as well. Yofi's going to send really low. Crocs with the double kill. What a perfect start for Shoes Money Crew. He's got the mines as well. Can just put them on the point. And now Hadi's in trouble. Mao's caught him past the shield. Instantly killed him off. And Shoes Money Crew claiming some point percentage.
Crocs, I'm impressed. Color me impressed for certain. And now this is going to be so difficult to do with Obling on the top. You've got to try and give some resources to that, but you can't.
Sparker's already killed Mouse, though. Good recontest by Hurricane. Hafikul buying some more time. Ends up going down to Crocs. Has already got another 50% towards the ult charge. Daned will end up falling, and Mouse gets resurrected in amongst the chaos. Another EMP coming out from Naga. Box going to fall, and that should be it. Shoes Money Crew now cleaning off the rest from the point. The pile driver into another pile driver. Percentage building up, and now Shoes Money Crew only with the nano remaining. Can they do it? Daned's coming back with a kill. Maybe they've actually just saved themselves a little bit more time here. Spark is actually back with a turret. Daned ends up falling, but there's a lot of bodies actually from British Hurricane on the point right now.
Bucket's going to be bisected away by that Dragon striking out Gustav, trying to keep this contested, but Hafikul's here and ready.
Oh, he's so low. He's actually going to get blown away by Hafikul using that ult. Hog pushing Crocs away. Crocs is going to fall. The mine's getting sweeped out as well. Shoes Money Crew didn't manage to actually get the last couple of percent they actually needed. Daned comes back on the Doomfist, finds one pick, then gets another. That's all you need.
And that's the signature, right? When we talk about Daned, what comes to mind? Well, it's got to be Doomfist, because everyone just knew him as this Doomfist enthusiast, shall we say.
That's a good way of putting it.
He's a specialist, and now he's going back over onto that Hanzo Mouse there. Lost the duel to Sparker when it came to the long-range Torbjorn versus Hanzo, and you can't really allow that to happen. Crocs, he's got to be the X-Factor again. He made it work last time, getting the assassination onto Sparker. But now, Yofi's going to be able to deal with any incoming damage. The sound barrier almost ready to go, but the rest of British Hurricane wanting for ultimates.
I'll be the best has the nano as well. Mao's almost with the dragons. They just want to build up some ults here, like you said. Only need that 33%. Ball comes rolling in, trying to find the supports. That's a good ground pound, but Turret is going to be a little bit of a nuisance for the time being. Takes it out in the end, but falling pretty low. It's already used those adaptive shields as well. That's a nice little hook, a nice little shot from Hafikul, and he ends up taking him out. A 1-for-1 trade, always going to favor the defenders here. It's going to be up to Shoes Money Crew to do a little bit more.
Well, a little bit more is a Dragon Strike in this case, but Hadi's still on the point.
Yeah, he's pretty low, though. He's getting pummeled with rockets from the sky. He's going to do another shield, and there comes the sound barrier. Healing him up as well. He's going to be okay for the time being. In fact, there's going to be a Molten Core coming through as well. Now, no one really from Shoes Money Crew can attack this point.
I love how he actually put the Molten Core onto Hadi there, because Hadi was in the corner knowing that someone had to come into the shield if you want to do damage to him. If you come into that shield, though, guess what? You're taking a lot of burning damage from that slag on the floor. And now, Shoes Money Crew, they're low on time, Jaws. Not that low on ultimates, though. 1 minute remains, and they're building up towards the Nano Boost, the Valkyrie, the Barrage, and the Mines. Crocs has been the X-Factor before. Maybe he can do that again. He forced Bucket to use a Bardic Grenade to heal himself last time. Let's see the same.
Ball looking like he wanted to nano the Torb there. Yofi is going to go down, though. Crocs finds another perfect pick. They do trade as Mouse ends up falling, but they need to kill Hadi off. Crocs is going to go down. Obling's going to get nanoed in the air. Hadi finally falls, and now the cornerstone of British Hurricane's comp falling from this point. The perfect resurrection onto Mouse as well. Doesn't quite get denied from the Dragons. And now it's Sparker versus the world on this Torp. He throws out the turret, but there's no way he can deal with the fire in midair. Not when they've got a pocket as well. Point presence now available for both teams as both main tanks come in. Naga used that EMP though and clears everybody off.
5-man EMP is a huge value. They've got to get on this and contest, and Hardy is dead.
9 seconds remaining. If they just push this to OT, it could be good, but not quite. British Hurricane only had one person coming back. It was Happy Cool. Couldn't quite survive until we made it to the points. Choose Money Crew are going to cap with time remaining.
Yeah, that time remaining is absolutely crucial. 7.7 seconds separated them from potentially having to ensure a draw if British Hurricane got the cap with more than a minute in the bank. But now they are guaranteed that second attack if British Hurricane complete. But obviously their main win condition here, just hold it on first or hold it on second. And to do that, we often see double sniper. We saw British Hurricane do that. They had Daned on the Hanzo. They had Sparker on his specialist Widowmaker. I'm really surprised as well they had Sparker move over onto that Torbjorn, especially after we saw the swap away from the Tracer. Sparker was definitely doing a lot of damage to Crocs in certain situations, using his overload and then following it up with a shotgun function of his primary fire. But I feel like he could have got a lot more against Obling. There wasn't really much to check Obling in the air, especially when Bucket was consistently harassed.
Yeah, with the Paul as well, you got to think what Hammonds and like what he actually provides. He provides a lot of disturbance in the back line, right? Those ground pounds do a whole lot of work. And then you're also swinging into people as well if you find a nice grapple. But versus Sparker and that turret, it actually just makes the turret a non-factor because it's doing so little damage in comparison to not only the health pool of the Hammond, but also the overshields as well. The overshields come out, you don't actually gain ult charge off of that, Harry. So he's going to roll in, pop the shields. Turret's just going to focus on him entirely. Just leaves Obling up in the air, completely free to do what he wants without the pressure from the turret.
Yeah, and Obling being on that turret actually creates a lot of sort of like metaphysical space by demanding so much attention and so much time is invested in trying to hit him.
Yeah, not only that, it actually takes the Torp to hit somebody for the turret to then refocus, but because he's actually dealing with the hammer the whole time, it's almost impossible, Harry.
Yeah, the turret's just like, I'm just going to follow this thing around. That's the last thing you hit, right, sir? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted. British Hurricane rolling out on the attack now. Sparker on that Widowmaker like we anticipated, but Hattie's going to swap over onto the Orisa. They're going for maximum pick potential here. They've got the Discord orb, they've got 2 snipers, they've got themselves an oink and a yoink, the Holt and the Hook, they're pulled to the pork. Shoes Money Crew are going to be trying to defend this. They are going to be having the Anna instead of a it's Zenyatta here, and they do have the Sombra in the back, so Bucket very vulnerable. You can already see he's taking some damage.
That was a quick headshot. Pretty easy from Danid. He does make things look quite easy, especially when he's on projectiles. Danid now moving forward. The rest of Hurricane doing the same thing. Again, we see a lot of these Orisa fights end rather quickly as soon as you get a hook, and there you go. Point demonstrated. A hook onto Crocs, and that'll be it. So now they can just guard his body. No way Gustav can actually get back to him.
And Danid here, he's the one getting damage boosted a lot because he does a lot of damage. Sparker.
What a shot. Oh, he doesn't quite land the Mercy. Dodging behind the lamppost, does manage to get the res off, and Sparker and Naga actually comes back with some vengeance too. That'll be bot going down, but they've got no shields to hide behind, and look, they're having to go in on the Wrecking Ball in order to contest.
Danid's come back on the Doomfist though, a quick respawn. He can't quite find the Widowmaker, trying to find it. There it is.
He lost the 1v1 with the melee! Oh no!
Who's this?
You hate to see it. Unfortunate Danid, and now Mao's playing so far up. British Hurricane have got 2 ticks though, Harry. It's going to be very easy for them to run back in. Crocs is going to go down as well. You just got to watch out for Mao. Someone deals with him, the fight should be over.
Danid, he swapped back to the Hanzo, now he's back onto the Doomfist. Definitely thinks this is the better choice, but he's incredibly vulnerable to hacks coming through from Naga. You can basically make that character entirely useless. And Obling has returned on the Tracer, but of course a single headshot will get rid of him. They want to go for this 2-person dive, potentially, between Obling, Naga, or maybe Crocs can get the initiation if they have a soft target.
Looks like Gustav's ult was actually forced there. Danid gets his revenge as Maus does end up going down, and now Obling building towards a pulse bomb. It's going to be all up to him now. He's got Gustav at his backs. I believe Gustav's actually was nanoed potentially as well. I'll be the best desperation play trying to use that on someone to keep them alive. Wasn't for long enough and wasn't for good enough either. Danid ends up taking down Naga as well to end the fight. He died with EMP, so they're going to have that to use for next. 5 minutes and 38 seconds though in the time back. Quite an impressive one.
I want to see the EMP here be a little bit less proactive than we usually do. I want to see Hadi use for supercharge and how it cancelled with the EMP. There we go. This is a perfect opportunity for Naga to shut this down.
Danid's going to do so much damage as well. Someone's going to have to keep him in check. Sparker doesn't really seem to care at all as well. He's basically got a triple pocket at this point. Danid goes in. Ground pound straight on top of Mouse. He's gone. And now the rest of Shoes Money Crew are going to have to scramble for the point. They have to deal with supercharger though. Danid find yet another kill and they got a tick on the point too.
They're
Happy has ult. Jock's got ult as well. Where is Shoes Money Crew?
Where was Naga that entire time? You're going to have to maybe try and deal with this Transcendence.
EMP's going to come in, though, but guess who's got a trans? It's going to be Bok. Happy kept alive. The rest of Shoes Money Crew now scrambling for some presence on the point. Danny does what he does best and assassinating people in the back line. 99 ticks over to 100. And that'll be Hurricane with an over the 4-minute time bank over Shoes Money Crew.
I told you exactly what I wanted to see, Jaws. I said it, didn't I? You need to see the Supercharger come out with shield, come down from Hattie, then hit him with the EMP. Quickly get rid of that main tank, get rid of that Supercharger, but you allow the Supercharger to be up the entire time. Everyone's doing 50% more damage. You're like, yeah, we can fight this. We don't need the EMP.
Doomfist's just going to one-shot me in one ability. It's all good.
It's fine.
It's good. We just killed Doomfist just sleeping.
It's not fine.
It's not.
No. Shoes Money Crew, that was a real messy defense. They do get given 52.3 seconds to bring themselves up to a minute, but British Hurricane, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. They did get the refund as well to make it even.
That's a big time back right there.
Yeah, play nice, play thorough, play fair. But, Shoes Money Crew, this is looking incredibly difficult for them to not be finding themselves on match point as we go into halftime.
It did take them a whole lot of time to actually break first last time around. They would have 23 seconds. They have to do it, you know, in a minute. Shouldn't be too hard, You just need the initial picks. British Hurricane coming out with something rather different than we've seen the last couple of rounds. Just going to be Sombra Goats with the Ana.
And they want to get an early engagement here, potentially build themselves up some ultimates, so they're in a great position. They know Shoes Money Crew may roll out with some long-range heroes, and they want to make sure they mitigate that range by just running straight into them. Danid's in the corner, using his shield, get that 3D peek, get the information. Second Obling's invested all of his blinks right here. You can tell, look, Hafikal's behind him. Okay, here's the information. You know exactly where the trace is going. Got to wait for I'll be the best, maybe. Just run onto that Ana who won't be able to do anything. There's no mitigation available.
Naga just got taken out, easy peasy. Hafikal was waiting the whole time. He didn't get hacked. He actually used the translocator already. It was right before Hafikal's feet. I thought he was maybe going to destroy it there, but he just waited for him to come back at low HP. Shoes Money Crew changing up now. They need to be able to do something. Obling is on the Farah. British Hurricane, though, have burnt 30 seconds off the time bank already, though.
Yeah, they burnt so much time. Now Shoes Money Crew may need to be on the point quite a bit during overtime, and they don't really have the health to do it. Only Crocs can be available.
He's
got to get some
sneaking behind him. What is this?
Going on?
Bog doesn't quite go over the edge. Oh, he's going to get booped. I see. It's all over. Crocs might just die here almost instantly. Obling trying to get a lot of damage on the front line, but has to deal with so many shields. Crocs isn't actually dead, by the way. There we go. Finally booped off into the pit. Dan is going to get a lot of ult charge for that as well, already up to 60%. And now OT is in session.
Huddy's dead. Dan is the new front line. They're all over Naga, though. He's been hacked. He's taken down.
Sparker's going to secure the kill, but you got to get that barrage off. Obling's 5% away, but Gustav's already dead. They have to touch, but... Oh dear. Let's be honest with ourselves. This Obling versus the world there. It was the only ult available, and it was Hurricane just stalling out for so much time. Again, it's those information escapades, shall we say. You want to be able to get as much information possible when you've only got one push, but you waste half of it, and then you have to get back in with about, what, 40 seconds, 30 seconds remaining. A really tough situation for Shoes Money Crew to be in. They do manage to get it ticked, so technically winnable, but... it's going to be a long shot. 5 minutes and 40 seconds is a big time back.
Yeah, they wanted that information so much, but we just saw the Ashe and the Ana just sitting up on the high ground. It's a lovely view from up here. We've got tons of information, but unfortunately, no feet on the point, and that means that the round will inevitably end. And now, a gargantuan task stands before them. It is technically winnable, which is better than I think they could have hoped for, given that particular performance. British Hurricane... 35.2% stands between them and match point. And guess what? They've got 5 minutes and 40 seconds to do it, not including an overtime fight. And, well, here they can just sort of like run that pick composition again, maybe look for a Holt Hook, because a single kill could be all that you need, especially with a Holt Hook combination, because obviously single kills don't matter as much when a resurrection's available, but if they die to Holt Hook from the midst of the enemy team, and then you're like, okay, Mercy, come res me, and they're like, how?
No. You are behind shield plus Hog exists. So no, I'm not going to do that. Doesn't like they're going to do it, Harry. Hafikal is going to be on the fire. So they're going to go triple DPS. Bog's going to jump over to... yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think he'd stay on the Xayah. He's going to go on the Zen. So, okay, there we go. All right.
Everyone's revealed.
Everybody calm down. They're going to switch still.
He is on the May. Mouse is going to be very difficult to outduel here. He's just going to be standing so calmly behind the shield, looking for that Holt snipe combination, but not going to be... gone this time. There's the Venomine. We'll reveal any snipers who decide to come through that area.
Well, they now know Holt is down, so they can push through with basic impunity. British Hurricane can move the shield up so slow. Okay.
That's a good kill first up. Sparker finds another one as well. Now you have to pick your res. They decide to res Mouse. Obling's turret's going to go down, so he's now a non-factor almost completely. British Hurricane, slowly but surely now moving themselves onto the point, and Danet's behind them. Someone please deal with him.
Crocs has used his Fortify as well. He's going to be very vulnerable to the Halt Hook combo himself. And now they've got the attention of Mouse, and he's so low. We need to heal 1 HP. And he just kills himself.
All right, okay. Well, he got pushed off the edge. Unlucky, unfortunate. British Hurricane now moving on to the point slowly but surely. Big Mercy ult could save the day, but after Sparker takes Gustav's head clean off, and now shoots Money Crew in disarray. Danet finds a double kill. It's all over. They only need 36%. It's already done. British Hurricane going to find the win on Voskaya, and they land themselves a match point.
Yeah, that's a dominant performance there from Hurricane. Danet going in, he saw everyone in the bunker. It's like, okay, population 5 in the bunker. Now it's about to be population 6, because I'm going to send a couple of dragons through there, and they are going to feast tonight. And then Obling's like, I can get the assassination right here. He's channeling his ultimate. Turns out, she's going to get in real close. Straight in the head.
Bang. Pretty easy. And Danet was behind the whole time, by the way. Just sitting behind the point, like, hey, you guys got to deal with me, but you've also got to deal with the Halt Hog and the Orisa. Let's be fair with ourselves. You probably want to face the shield towards the Orisa and towards the Hogs. If you do, the Hog's going to basically get a free hook on you. So it was up to somebody to rotate, and it turned out Shoes Money Crew were like, well, we just have to send the Hog, right? But then you don't have the combination to Halt Hook, and then the comp just slowly falls apart. Perfect positioning from British Hurricane. Hardy looking pretty damn good on his first day of being on Team Hurricane, and now they're a match point, and now it is crunch time for Shoes Money Crew. We spoke about it at the start of the series. This is the week to come back. They need to find a reverse sweep here, or their playoff dreams could just be dashed right here.
They could technically be dead. I haven't quite done the math myself. If you trust me with math, then you're a very silly person. But while we're talking about main tanks as well, I think Crocs, as we see here, his Wrecking Ball has actually been a huge asset, one of the saving graces for Shoes Money Crew, and I'd love to see more of these Wrecking Ball-based compositions, but of course, they aren't always the best thing to go for when you do need to try and deal with a Halt Hook combination, because there's no very reliable shielding. And it seems like right now, British Hurricane just have a far higher clutch factor available to them when it comes to these individualistic plays. You've got Spark opening things up with 2 picks, you've got Danet coming in overtime, getting himself 2 picks on the Doomfist. Just very hard to be able to beat on like a 1v1v1 scenario when everyone on British Hurricane has like been picked. As this is one of the academy teams that we have, they have basically the pick of a litter. They've got some of the highest caliber mechanically skilled players that we have in Europe.
It's pretty scary when you go up against those triple DPS comps, like you said. You've got Sparker to pay attention to, you've got Doomfist as well, and then you maybe got a Hanzo too. It's all pretty scary, and then you have a whole lot of flexibility as well, which is also one of the worst things you can go up against. You're like, okay, so they play this kind of comp, that's fine, we can defend against this, and Hurricane roll out with something completely different, and then roll over you. It's like, well, now I've got 2 seconds left in the time bank, we can't touch point, it's all over. Shoes Money Crew, they need to find a reverse sweep, and it needs to start now. We'll see if they can do that after this break.